In aviation, there is a rule pilots don't write down. When the sky goes unnaturally quiet, when radios crackle without voices, when instruments lag by seconds, you do not ask questions, you leave. On a clear summer morning in 1955, Pan American Flight 914 departed New York for Miami. The aircraft was a DC-4. The crew was experienced. The route was routine. 57 people were on board when the plane lifted into calm skies. It never arrived. There was no Mayday call, no distress signal, no final transmission cut short by panic. Radar simply lost the aircraft, as if it had slipped between moments. Search teams scoured the Atlantic and coastline. Nothing was found. After weeks of silence, the flight was declared lost at sea. Families mourned. Paperwork closed. Time moved forward. The flight did not. In 1985, air traffic controllers at Caracas International Airport detected an aircraft entering Venezuelan airspace without clearance. The radar signature was wrong, its speed outdated, its transponder unfamiliar. When controllers hailed the plane, a calm male voice responded. The pilot identified himself as the captain of Pan American Flight 914. Controllers assumed confusion or a prank. They asked for his origin. New York, he replied. Destination? Miami. Then the controller informed him of the date. There was a pause so long it unsettled everyone listening. When the pilot spoke again, his voice was reportedly strained. He insisted the year was 1955. His fuel calculations didn't match the distance flown, and the aircraft surrounding him, jetliners with unfamiliar designs, made no sense. Witnesses later claimed the plane that descended from the clouds looked out of time. Polished metal, vintage markings, cockpit built for another era. The captain asked where he had landed. When told Caracas, panic entered his voice. He shouted that the airport shouldn't exist. Then he saw the runway lights, the jets, the world 30 years ahead of him. "We're not supposed to be here," he reportedly said. Before ground crews could approach, the engines roared. The aircraft accelerated without clearance and lifted back into the sky. Radar lost it seconds later. One object remained behind, a small desk calendar, printed in 1955. Years later, a journalist began asking questions. Writing for Weekly World News, he tracked down airport workers who would only speak anonymously. Controllers refused interviews entirely. Aviation logs from Caracas during that period showed missing entries. Not proof, but absence where routine documentation should exist. The reporter claimed something stranger. When he attempted to cross-check Pan Am archives, certain internal flight lists from the 1950s showed inconsistencies. Not confirmations, gaps, as if the paperwork itself had been interrupted. After publication, sources went silent. The story was dismissed as fiction. Official records deny it ever happened. But pilots quietly acknowledged something else. Time distortions occur. Radar ghosts exist. Aircraft have entered zones where clocks fall out of sync, and silence presses in like pressure. And sometimes, when planes vanish without wreckage, they aren't destroyed. They're displaced. Because if Flight 914 truly slipped out of time, then the most terrifying possibility isn't that it returned. It's that it realized it didn't belong and fled.